Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm doing a little bit of maintenance on the Mustang. I needed a couple things when I bought it, and they weren't surprises. I knew they needed it. One of the things being, let me kill this guy. Don't need no extra hornets around here. We got plenty. The front brake pads need replacing, as well as an oil change, and my key fob needs a new battery. So I bought all those things already. They're in the trunk, and I'm getting ready to jack it up so I can change the oil and put some new brake pads on it. I don't think the rotors are bad enough that I'm going to worry about getting them turned. Oh yeah. And I haven't actually looked at the pads themselves, but just from the way it's been feeling like it needs some pads. So the pads are not expensive, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them on there. So the next step is to get it jacked up. I already got my lug nuts loosened, so I had to be careful about where I put my jack, but there's a pinch weld under there you're supposed to put the jack on. So I'm gonna get it up on jack stands so I can just leave the front of the car up on jack stands so I can get all my work done. So I found out that this car is balanced differently than the cars I'm used to driving. If you pick it up with the jack right there, the whole side of the car comes off the ground. So I moved my jack stand to under that, I think it's called a K-frame. Looks like a beefy piece of steel under there. So I'm gonna set her down, and hopefully the rear tire returns to the ground. Yep. Looks like it's almost on the ground. Let's make sure this looks good. Yeah, that looks good to me. All that crunching was that jack stand going into the soft asphalt. So, alrighty. On to the other side. Alrighty, so that's how I wanted it. Got the jack stands up under that K-frame. And the rear tires are on the ground. So that's what I wanted. So let's go ahead and pull the wheel off. You know, to be honest, these weren't really as tight as I think they should have been. They broke loose pretty easy. But I'm a big fan of these factory style wheels. But I'm gonna get this wheel off and turn the camera back on. You know, I was looking at these pads. I don't even know if they're bad. They look like they got plenty of life on them. Let me get a light so y'all can. So y'all can see that, can't you? It's got plenty of pad on it. I don't know if y'all can see the inside pad. So it looks like to me that the pads, while they're not bad, they're probably over halfway used. And so I've already gone this far, I might as well put the new pads on there. But I don't think that was the noise I was hearing. But maybe Mustang just has more road noise than I thought it would. I don't know. If my other thought was if it was kind of a roaring sound. Like, I haven't put enough miles on this thing to really kind of know what's normal on it, but it was kind of a roaring sound at times. So it could be bearings on the way out, but that's just something I want to put some more miles on it and see, you know, what's up. But I'm gonna go ahead and slap these pads on there since I've already bought them and everything. So I'm gonna get this caliper off. I watched a YouTube video and it seems pretty simple. You just undo a couple bolts and pivot it out, change your pads. So I'm gonna go with that. So I got the caliper off and pivoted out of the way. So now these pads should slide right out. So yeah, these were definitely not new, but I wonder if there is a Ford marking on it. So that looks like that. That looks like I need to get this clip off and put on the other one. I was briefly trying to find out if that was an original Ford pad. Got one. Looking for an inner left hand. There we go. So let me get this plate off of here, slap on the new one. There we go. So that's in there. So it looks like I'm probably gonna have to push these calipers back in. Yeah. So let me go get a clamp or something. So I got the new brake pads on there, got the caliper bolts tightened up. So now I'm going to work on changing the oil. I got my oil filter wrench here, and 15mm socket I think is the right size for that drain plug. So I got my catch can under there, whatever you call it. So probably not going to bring the camera up under there. I'll probably get oil all over it. So I did my, I drained all the oil out. I haven't put the new oil in yet, but as you can see, it was kind of dirty, but I mean, it's still kind of clear. It wasn't that bad, but I'm glad that, or you know, I still think it's a good idea to change the oil, but just so I know what's going on. Got the new filter put on, got the drain plug back in, just got to top it off. Made a little bit of a mess, but could have been worse. If you're doing this yourself, make sure to have the drain pan underneath your filter when you're taking it off, because it'll start right on up again. It'll start dumping oil. So that's kind of what accounted for the mess I made. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some oil in it, and then do the brake pads on the other side, and then put the wheels on and get her off the jack stands. So these pads appear to be worn about the same. Not sure if y'all can see that. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the other side. So this is the first brake pad. So do I have the new ones over here yet? Nope. I was gonna show you compared to a new one. So this is the old one, and this is a new one. So as you can see, they were almost worn out. So luckily I caught it before we had to turn the rotors or anything. They're pretty slick. So it's not the worst thing in the world that I replace these prematurely. Alright, we're setting her down. Alrighty, got to go back and retorque on my lug nuts and put some oil in her. Alrighty, so I went ahead and replaced the batteries in this thing. There's two of those little coin shaped batteries. So I topped off the oil checked it, it was within range, and I haven't tightened up my lug nuts, but I'm gonna do that right after this. But see if the error message pops up for my low battery in this thing. Cool, everything's good to go. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Got the Mustang ready to go to the mountains this weekend, so I'm excited about that. So alright, y'all take care.